So in this new video tutorial we are going to see this. The goal is to do something like this, a little program, and we can just to log out, log in, and with the session we can just to create some stuff. We want to exit to enter, and I created a stopy, and there we go. This is the goal of this lesson. We want to just to show some records in this data table, and we are using Yajra data table, and this is a wonderful component that practically make just easy to create the JSON to give the data table. And we are using the CDN to just to get this result, and something with Bootstrap. I created just 2000 records with the faker just to fulfill the database using the seeder. So let's go now to create this project. So we shall start from 0, and we shall get this result. And what is nice of this plugin, when you can see the fixed header is just fixed everywhere. When you scroll, manage all the visualization of the stuff that you don't have to program anything, because it's the plugin, data table plugin, that will do the magic. So here we go. This project is gone. So let's start with creating a new Laravel project, and okay, and there we go. I have my document root in Apache, and I'm going here, and I'm going to create a new project. I just installed Composer. Everything is now, just for information, I'm using the curl, and all the components are needed to set up a new stuff in Laravel. So now I'm using Composer just to create a new project. Create project, and of course Laravel, and I'm giving a name of testing. Yes. Now a node is installing everything is needed to run the app in Laravel. Wow, it's working. And if now PHP Artisan server, let's see if it's working. Let's see if it's working. Here is Conquer, and it's working, but you can see that I don't have the login, and to pass this to program is not needed, because now we are going to just set up some logic for logging and register. In this case we shall use breeds. Okay, but before to use breeds we need to just to set up something. Let's go here. Let's see if we have the env. I'm going using env, and you see that we have the connection is using is this the DB database. I shall call testing. I'm using this account, my local computer. Let's go here. So now let's see if it's working. Sudo msql, I'm using MariaDB, and let's see if I don't have a testing. I don't have. So I'm going to create a new database, and I'm going to call it testing, just testing, and here we go. Let's see if it's working. Now I am going to use Tinker, and I'm inside, and just to test if I have this class. Yes, doesn't find everything, and because the database is empty logically. But before to do something with the database, we need to install the UI component, and I'm going to use compose require, and I'm going to use this package that is called Laravel Breeze, and just in the dev branch, there we go, and installing everything, and we see that is perfectly installed, but we need to publish. To publish, we shall do light breeze install. This install inside because we don't have if we verify in our localhost testing. Yes, that's not working. Before to do this, let's do something like this. Okay, so we see that we don't have the menu on the top right, so we of course, because it's installed is not installed. So we PHP Artisan Breeze install, but if we go, you can see that it's created everything again, and doesn't work. Yes, I wanted just specially to go here because we need to run to compile the assets. So we have the assets inside the resources, and we need to move in the public folder and to the CSS and the JS file that is needed for Breeze, as they write. npm install is going to install every node, every package JavaScript. We need just to realize this UI that Laravel will use just for login and log out and register, and to give for when the user needs a password forgotten. And so we see that is installing everything, and now we need to build the app.js and app.css. npm run dev, and you can see that Laravel mix this is going to build practically all libraries successful. Now if we refresh, we see that we have this wonderful UI. We can forgo the power. Graphically just good, I think good. And in our case we cannot register because we don't have the still the database. You can see not found, so we need just to do something like we need to migrate everything. So PHP Artisan migrate, and in this case you can see that is work everything is working nice, and we have this welcome, this view. This is the welcome stuff, and now we are going to open Visual Studio Code, and let's open the folder. Testing, this was the name I gave, and here we go. Here we have our project. We have inside the resources we have the view, and this is where this is what we saw some moments ago. You are login. This is the welcome, and what we do now is to simply to create a simple model. So we are going to create a new model book. So let's open the terminal, and there we go. PHP Artisan make a model, and we are going to call it, and there we go. So we created a book model that is inside models here in app folder, and you can see that we shall put something just to do a mass enable. So protected, guarded, and we are going to tell that just is mean that we can just we can save a mass enable. If you don't know, this concept is easy, but when you save, you will not receive a message of error, and will go. And just to do, let's protected table is equal to, there's this case I'm going to tell that is will go books. Yes, but now we don't have the table books, because now if I do Artisan Tinker, here we go. Let's try now to refer to this model, and now it's found. Yes, we knew this because just because I'm using the last version of Laravel. So they in the 8 version they created in the namespace something like this, and you can see that we don't have the table because we need to create a migration. So let's go to create a new migration. It'll be Artisan make migration, and we are just to take create. Let's create a new books, just simple books. Now we have something inside the books. So you see that we have inside this migration, and we have the down when we revert the migration. What we need this function, and just we put something very quick name. We are going to do a string, and we go with name, and just for 100 charts, and those will be new label. Okay, and we do a little description field, and like this. Just let's do 500 label. There we go. So this is our books model that we shall use to fulfill the table. Okay. So now let's try again to do a migration. So PHP Artisan migrate, and it's work. Now it's created, a new table was created. And I have a wonderful database explorer, and I can see everything here, and I have my books, and there we go. And we have name, description, created, updated, that, and is empty. And if we do something like this, salad count, it obviously is empty from books. Let's do now. Because it was empty. Yes. Okay. This is our output, and so now we return in our terminal, and we created, and now manually, just to get repeated with this wonderful tool, let's think. Let's now to do something like this. Let's do a create just function, and we are going to passing an array where we have name equal to an array name equal just one camel case, and description we are going to do like this, lorem. So now if we refresh our here we go, we have one. So now let's change the query, select from books, and you can see that now is different stuff. Query was empty, and here we go, it's not true, and we have the modify and everything work very well. Now if we return in the terminal, we create it, and now we can just to take the first, let's take models, and everything will work, and there we go. We have one record return an array. We can just do where id 1. So let's take the first, and we take this. So we have one. We can see that the thinker is returning, just working very nice, very good. So returning to us, we are going to create a resource controller, and we exit from Tinker, and we are going to do something like this. And we are going to create a new controller, a boost controller. So PHP Artisan make a controller, and we are going to call this controller ---- resource. So if now we go here in our project, we have the HTTP controller, and we have the box controller with all the rest. It's wonderful, with everything is working, because we have the classic model REST, and we have everything we need. We are going to work in the REST method to get all the books. So what we need now, just to see how it works, we need to write in our localhost this URL, this URI, and it will not work because we didn't put in our root. Let's go in the web, in our roots, and now we are going to create a resource, a root resource sys. This is a function passing inside our stuff. So we are going to tell, when we write in the browser this URL, we are going to call this app. We're going usually for sure is HTTP and controllers, and they appear our back controller. So this is the new style. The new style in Laravel 8, because if we say PHP Artisan version, we have 8334. Because now we are in the 27 March, so it's just really updated, great stuff. And this is our, now if we refresh the page, let's go here, you see that works perfectly. Let's try now to do something like this one. And it's working great. Now we want to just take all books. I'm going to use these models and the appear book. All. So let's now return a JSON by default. If you put return, well, take some JSON, and there we go. Wonderful. Just we have some stuff. We see name and description. So this is our books. We're ready to use a Yajra datatable. But now what we do is to change to modify the welcome view, because we shall use this view. And so let's create a new view. So let's take this welcome. You can see this is using some stuff, the dashboard, the dashboard, and you can see that doesn't use the wood blade standing, but is using AX app layout. And this is from Breeze for sure. Some components, the new future of Blade. You can see this lot. And we are going to just to add a new file, and we are going to call this file, let's call this file the label Blade. And if now we throw it now our the table, let's try now if it's working. We shall use this file to render our data table. Let's go in the books controller, and instead to return this, we are going to return the view, and so good to call this the table. Let's see if it's working, and we are going to pass an array. Even if we don't need, but just for tutorial. So here we go. Our little table was working very fine, because this inside this this view we are going to manage our table. So, but before to do this, we need to publish, to require the Yajra Laravel table. So let's go here, and this is needed, and it's installing everything. Is wonderful. Just with this command we have our composer using the loader. We'll go to we'll take in referment this. Okay, so we are ready to use the Yajra the stuff. It is wonderful, because practically gives a set of methods to customize the JSON or our data table. So I prepared all the CDN for the data table, and basically you need just a few. Just you don't need much. Okay. For now we are going to use this stuff. So a little table I created already a table. Name and description is ready, and this is the table that we shall use, the data table to render this. I created the CDN file needed to render the data table, and fix it, the bootstrap and everything, jQuery and everything we need for the data table. And I'm going to use some style. Okay, bootstrap, and like this inside the header. Let's see. Now we have all the JavaScript I'm going using the CDN, but you can just put in your file this, and you can just do npm if you need. But the CDN, I think, is very comfortable and elegant, and for now I use this method. And using jQuery, and just to do in the document ready, I'm going to do a data table. This is the method to create a data. My table is the ID of my table, the class, sorry, of my table. And the processing means process server side means if has to go to ask every time happens something, it has to go fix it. There's a plugin, a very page info, because I want to. For now, let's take two. And this is our root box index, the resource root, and if works, doesn't work because we need to modify something in the box controller. What we need, we cannot do this like this. We have to test if we are in Ajax, if request is Ajax. So let's try now like this. So if the request is Ajax, we are going to do something. If not, we'll simply render the view with this variable. So this is the table. But to use the table, we need to use the table inside. So here we go. Use data tables. Okay, data tables. So now we can just do in the index method, we can use our books, all the books. Let's everything there, it's okay. And we are going to return not a view, but a method of the data table, so a static method. So data tables, and of what our old books. And what we do now is add index column, just to have the counter. Okay, add index column, and another method is add column, and we are going to override the name. So this is a technique just when in this is as a callback function, and inside here we are going to personalize, to customize what we want. As in the constructor row, we are going to refer the current row, and we are going to add some stuff. For example, let's try to do something which first. Let's draw like this, and we're going to tell the row has to be the name. Okay, and here we go. in this case, let's go if some error, for sure some error. Let's go here. No doubt about errors. Okay. Yes. We see some error. Good. Let's see what happens there. Let's go into the correct route and okay, because we forgot just a method is not enough. We need for Yajra to work, we have to do add the row column if not obligatory, but I can just do an array of something like this name, and we are going to do like this, to make true, and practically what happens, this will create a JSON. I said no. But once again, the JSON is created. I see. I don't see any error in the name description. It's working. Action is missing the action because we didn't add a column action. So let's try now to action. Let's override this. I'm duplicating, cloning this stuff, and I'm going to call this action. I'm going to return just an HTML, very simple. Let's now and it. Okay. Okay. That's how it's working. It's working. Well, just in some minutes we created everything we need for to render, and we have only one record. We have of course many methods to fulfill that record manually, or we are going to use the database seeder, because we want to use the power of Laravel. So inside we have the seeder. This is the full class. We can create just another, but for now we are going to use this. And inside the run, use factor created. So now what happened? Book. Stuff is working. We are going to do a PHP Artisan DB seed. Permission denied for the storage. Book factory, because it's not present. Yes, it's not present, so we are going to just was a test to see, because it was a comment of Laravel, not mine. So we are going to create this. So we need to reference to do like this. Let's do this. Yes, faker factory. Okay, it will give again the error. Yes, of course. So we are going to create our stuff, no problem. For this we are going to remove the stuff, and we are going to do like this. So we create the new faker var, and we are going to use this factory as faker, so an alias. So let's do faker create, and we'll create an instance, a singleton of faker, and we are going to use for each a range. So let's do now 100 records as index, and there we go. Inside this we are going to do like this, db table. This is a generic class of Laravel to reference our, and we are going to use books, our table, and a symbol insert, but using as we did just minutes ago, we are going to tell the name to be a faker. So faker, let's do something like this, because fakers know that is a name and will go to add automatically a name in description. We are going one of the 1,000 of method of faker you can go to see in their site, and we are going, for example, to use some name for the title of the book. So now let's try again to do our seed, and we are going to rework it. If works, let's go in our the table, and here we go. It's ready, it's paginated, and there's just a nice future. I think it's good. Maybe we can just do a little CSS, because we see that is a little just, but of course there's a lot of padding. Okay. We can just exactly inside this class paginate button has a lot of padding. And there we go. Because really was now I see that is working. Everything we have all paginated and is working. So thanks for watching. Subscribe my channel, and I hope you liked the lesson, and do not forget to subscribe my channel.